What is up, Internet Land? Zachamus Prime, aka Zachamus Prime, here with another Transformers review. And today, the figure we're taking a look at is the Studio Series Crosshairs. And I keep on wanting to call them Crosswise, so if I happen to call them Crosswise, my apologies in advance. But anyhow, yeah, Crosshairs. He was a character from the Transformers movie 4 and 5, both of which were abysmal, but not necessarily because of this character in particular. So that's something. Yeah, the designers decided to like give him like a big old trench coat for reasons, and he does a lot of jumping and posing and shooting at stuff with his guns, which this figure actually comes with 2 guns as opposed to the last figure, the last Crosswise figure, which only came with 1, which was really dumb. Because I think, if I recall correctly, because I had that toy for all of like 20 minutes, I think that figure had space to store 2 guns. They just decided to only include 1 with it. I don't know. I remember thinking at the time that only having 1 gun was a bad choice, and it still was a bad choice, which is why they chose to make 2 guns with this one. And they're decently sculpted guns, all molded in black and whatnot. His little SMGs. But yeah, he does have like an entire freaking car hanging off of his back. Like the entire freaking car. The only part of the car that's not hanging off his back is these wheels and this section of part of the hood. And that's it. Everything else is just... But at least they kind of make it look like a little cape coat flaily thing. I do kind of wish that they had made this, because you can store these guns right here. Right there. And I do kind of wish that they had made these to like angle out a little bit. Which would have involved doing something else with this bumper, the ass end of the car. But then, you know, you could like have it kind of like wrap around him a little bit more like a coat. And he could also grab his guns out from inside of them, whereas now they're like on the back of these panels, and of course there's clearly no way to reach back there, but at least they do have storage. That's something. Boom. But yeah, in terms of articulation, his head has got hardly any. You can move his head that far to the side, that far to the other side. He can look up that much, but it kind of just like, you kind of like gotta shove it, and it shoves its way back. They made the like whole like back of his skull transparent. I think that they were like, yeah, let's make the back of his head transparent for light piping, and then they remembered light piping is garbage, and so they painted his eyes anyhow. So yeah, I kind of wish that they would pick one or the other, but definitely more the painting as opposed to light piping, because light piping kind of sucks. But yeah, having the clear back of the head also kind of sucks. So I guess there's like a lesser of the evils thing going on. Anyhow, his arms will go all the way around like so on ball joints, and they'll go out exactly that far and no farther. He does have a bicep joint here, which is kind of stiff. And 90 degrees of bend on that elbow. His wrist will kind of do this thing for transformation. No waist joint whatsoever. But you can move these flaps out to the side, and you can kind of like wiggle them up and down a little bit, and they got a hinge joint here. So if you wanted to like, you know, do a kneeling pose, you can just kind of like move that out of the way. And if you want to do the splits, you just move them out the other way. So that's the thing. That's the thing. That also shows up what his range of motion is that far forward, as far back as you can get this kibble to allow. So if there was no kibble, he could kick himself in the freaking back of the head. He has about 90% of a Van Damme there. He does have a thigh swivel here, but oh my gosh, that is really, like, really stiff. It feels like it's been either improperly designed or improperly molded. I kind of feel like somebody should go in and clean that up, because it's got, like, I don't know, jank in there. There's jank in there. If you move his knee, he's got this one knee joint here which goes forward a bit, but it also goes backwards quite a bit, and it moves a little more than 90 degrees. If you untab this knee joint, it'll bend like a fully double jointed knee, so quite a bit. So there you go. That's a joint that works well. That's one joint on this figure that works well. I guess his ankle's the other one. He's got ball jointed ankles, and they have quite a range of motion, so that's nice too, I suppose. So his knees and ankles are nice, and then, like, everything else kind of sucks in terms of posability. That's on me. I should have balanced him better. He is kind of back heavy, but with the, like, ball joints on his ankles, like, there's no difficulty getting him to, like, lean slightly forward to offset that. So that was entirely on me. But anyhow, let's get him transformed up. So transformation is simple. You've got the robot here and the car here, and all you got to do is just, like, get those to go together. So first thing you want to do is just swing this up and keep this out of the way. His arms are going to come down and around. You want to fold in the hands. Fold in the hands down and around. His hip section is going to fold up. There's a little joint here. You're going to fold that up and then fold these back down. And then double joint the knees in. The foot is going to go like so and fold in. And we're going to do the same with the other one. So double joint the knee in, move the foot around like so. The feet don't tab together. They will, that little, like, heel spur thing does turn into, like, a tab that goes on the back of the underside of the hood. So we'll get to that in just a second when we pull out the hood. The hood, bruh. Then you want to take these. How do we want to fold these out? We want to fold them out like this. So swing them forward and up and around. You want to move this bumper panel down and then move this down, which will give you space to move this around. This will fold out. This will double hinge out. And then you're just going to fold this down here like so. Make sure that it goes around these hip skirt panels. You want to poke them upwards through that hole. On the back side, like I mentioned, the little heel spurs, they're going to fit into this little slot in there. Like so. Come on. Come on. You know you want to do it, bro. There we go. And then you can take these and just kind of click them into place. And then take these and just kind of click them into place. And click that into place. And then take his ass end and click that into place. And then just kind of maneuver everything around until it goes in. There's like little tabs on his arms. That'll kind of put them in the right place. And that, as they say, is that here he is a car, he is a Corvette. Hey, you know what the difference is between a Corvette and a porcupine? Porcupines have pricks on the outside. Anyhow, so he's black and green and he looks pretty cool, and he rolls quite nicely, and the paint app is actually pretty well done. The only color matching that they do on the green, this is this part is on the clear plastic, and the rest of the screen is all green plastic. And the color matching is actually really good. And they, of course, black is easy to match, but they do it well. And yeah, he's got clear windows so you can see all the like robot shit inside. But you know, Transformers, everything tucks in well enough that he can roll. He's got paint apps for his tail lights, and he's got clear parts for his headlights, and like he's got a Chevy logo on him, a Chevy Corvette logo. And that's about it. That's about all that there is to say about that. So yeah, it's actually, I don't know, it looks all right in robot mode. It's not great, but it is probably the best representation of this character that we've had. So that's the thing. But anyhow, thanks everybody for watching. You guys are fantastic. Everybody stay awesome and be good to each other. See ya.